I have no idea what this is, but we'll find out. Cat is excited. I think. I think that's what that means. Not sure. Cat? Cat? Where are you hiding? Cat? I think this might kind of be like meadow. That's what it looked like, but I'm not sure. Gonna find out. Pause. Cut. Pause. The first tree has encountered an error and must close. Det är inte bra. That was short-lived. It was very short-lived. Let's try this again. Cut. Oh. Oh, that's a wiggly camera. Oh, hello.
Are you awake? I thought I heard you get up.
Yeah, I'm awake. Sorry, I just can't sleep.
Are you thinking about him?
Yeah, a bit. Usually get back to sleep, my love. I'm fine.
No, it's okay. What else is on your mind?
I don't know, it seems weird, but I had one of the most vivid dreams of my life. I saw a fox on a snowy mountain, just looking confused and worried. Those eyes, I can't get those eyes out of my head. She was running in the windy snow, looking for something.
Do you think it has to do with you and what's been going on?
I don't know. It was just a dream, Rachel. They're not meant to make sense. A lot's happened the past couple days, that's all.
Well, if you're not going to sleep anyway, you should tell me. I want to hear.
All right.
So we're living the dream, basically? Who's this? Bunny? That's a fox.
So, not far from her home, she followed that path to something unexpected.
Who is that? Why is there a dead fox? Why is this the start of the game? She's just like fine. Oh, okay.
She couldn't stay, though. She had to find her other 2 children. So she took that path. She followed it towards something ancient. Something with answers.
Oh, that was hers?
The fox looked high and low, searching for any sign of her cubs. Points of light showed the way to this ancient tree. It was as if each one had a story to tell, all their own. The land was trying to tell my story, too. I felt like I was right behind her the whole time.
That's a bad start. Cut is interested though. But where are we going? We're just looking for lights now, I guess. Cut is looking for lights. Cut. I think Kat is really into animal games. She's like, where's it going? What's going on? cut. Want to eat the fox cut? Anything happen? Oh, we have shiny paws. But nothing happened, right? So I guess we're going with the lightest then. And just see if something happens eventually. Oh no. Oh, little fox. Where are you going? No. Fox, what are you doing? Can I get some? That's just camera or also mouse? Right, we can double jump. Oh. This reminds me quite a bit of Meadow or not. Not sure what these long, shiny things mean, because nothing seemed to happen at the last one. Oh, we actually can do something here.
Do you remember what my dad did for a living?
Wasn't he like a lumberjack?
That's one way of putting it. If wood was a canvas, then a carving knife was his paintbrush. Even after working a 50-hour week, even after his hands were more splinters than skin, he would bring home the nicest piece of Alaskan weeping cedar and make me toys. That wooden train was the first toy I can remember, and I loved it. I just knew from a young age I was going to be a lumberjack, like my father.
Nightfall. Oh. What is it now? That's spring? We're going through the seasons now?
My teenage years were full of sketching, angst, and trouble. I wasn't popular or unpopular. Maybe just forgettable. I guess that gave me a sense of freedom, so I hung out with crazy kids, doing crazy things, even though I mostly just watched the chaos ensue. We did it all. Put fireworks in mailboxes, hide roadkill in people's garages, break windows of the barber shop in Anchorage. My dad was furious, but he was so busy working he couldn't do much to stop me from going out.
I think being an adult means there's no one to stop you making hard decisions. He had to make a living, and he couldn't be in two places at once.
Yeah, I realize that now. But at the time, I was sure he was more interested in growing his business than what was going on with me.
Butterflies plus jump? I don't understand. What do butterflies have to do with jumping here? I don't get it. Not supposed to get there from the top? Oh. Wait, what? So if we collect butterflies, we get like a higher jump or something? Is that it? Oh, indeed. Get the super jump then. Oh, police car. So that's because of all the weird shenanigans they were doing as kids, I suppose.
He was working another late night, and my friends were over, saying how bored they were and how they had come all the way out to my house for nothing. One of them mentioned how that old, ugly beyond belief truck was still in the garage, and how we should take it for a spin. I was only 15, so I kind of fought it for a while. The next thing I knew, we were careening around the mountain path, rocks spitting onto the sides of the cliff, while my dad's cringeworthy bluegrass blared out the speakers. I drove while my friends were in the back of that yellow and purple truck, throwing beer bottles and trash at anything remotely interesting. Felt like I was soaring in the air with borrowed wings. But all good things have endings. A cop outside of Eagle River pulled us over after he saw us in a bottle rocket into someone's yard. What followed was a long night of talking to disappointed adults and feeling smaller than ever.
Cut. Oh, we have to go up there. Oh, we went the wrong way around. We started with the end. That's one very jumpy fox. Cut? You're not gonna jump, right? You're done with jumping for today. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Triple. Ooh. Ooh. Are we just gonna go down? Guess we're just going down. Oh, is that the truck? Shutterflies. Oh, I'm not smart. I'm not smart. I forgot that we lose them when we jump. Wait, we cannot dig here? Yes, we can.
After he drove me home from the police station, I blew up at him, saying how I never wanted to be like him, how I was gonna be someone and leave that hick icebox for good. He just looked forward at the road with tired eyes. I took out that bluegrass tape from the cassette deck and chucked it out the window. In my sage teenage wisdom, I thought I proved the ultimate point, but my dad had a different idea. He slammed the brakes, slowly bowed his head while gripping the steering wheel, and finally looked at me. All he said, like it was a polite request, was, "Make this right." I sat there in silence, fuming, but I eventually got out and combed every square inch of the woods, muttering profanity after profanity. I found it 30 minutes later, near a small waterfall off the road. I went back to the truck, put the wet tape back in, and sure enough it worked. We didn't speak another word to each other the rest of the night.
Wow, I knew you were a crazy teenager, but
It's hard to believe, isn't it? It surprises me too. It's like I didn't really know who that kid was back then. I bet my dad thought the same thing over and over. It's almost like he was saying, "Make this right," to himself, more than to me.
Where are we going? Cut? Where are we going? Cut? Are we not going into the waterfall? Maybe not. Barber shop. This was what we needed the other butterflies for, to get up there. Have to not jump in excitement, or we lose the Fluttershy's. Are you bored, Cup? Are you bored? Hmm? Cut. Can we actually... Oh, we need multiple butterflies. Oh. But, wait, what? How do we get multiple butterflies if we have to use them to jump, actually? But we need one more, right? Or do we maybe have to get this one first, then the other two? Maybe that's how it works. Hop. What are you doing? Did we get them? Okay. Have to not jump in excitement. Can we not get up here without jumping? Oh, don't tell me we can't. But if these are the ones we have to get first, then how are we gonna get the second for which we have to jump? God, I'm actually too stupid for this game. How's that supposed to happen? We have to jump for these. And we have to jump for the ones on the waterfall. Can't get up here without jumping. I don't understand. Can we walk up the waterfall maybe? Cut. But we can't walk up there either. Oh, what? Okay. I can't get up here though. I think that Cut is looking at a fly. There's been a fly around earlier. I don't get it. We have to get 3 times 3 butterflies. But we lose them when we jump, and 2 of the butterflies we can only get while jumping. So how is that supposed to happen? I'm confused. Can we walk up the other side actually? Is that the trick here? Oh, we can actually walk here. Oh. Okay, so we could have gotten that up there, but I won't bother with that star. Cut.
My friends would laugh about that night and talk about how crazy it was, and I laughed along, pretending it didn't bother me. But it did. I imagined my friends growing old in the bush, unable to find that thrill in those godforsaken ice fields. It's
Yeah,
like
fly
those
cut.
mountains were a literal wall,
Fly.
keeping me from leaving, where all I would have to look forward to are lumber yards and evening beers. I had to climb over. That was my only goal for a long time. If there was some way I could take my love of drawing and turn it into a way of escape, nothing would make me happier. I wanted to create instead of tearing trees down. I wanted to move to the lower 48, not because I hated it there in Alaska, but I hated the idea of it. It's like all of that spite inside me had created this monster which followed me around my whole teenage years. I put so much energy into doing what others didn't expect of me. Why did I do that?
There's one fact you're forgetting, though.
Fly, cut. Fly.
If you didn't have that fire in you, we probably would have never met.
You're absolutely right. Maybe the destination is all that matters in the end. But then why am I awake? Why am I seeing this fox go on her journey? And why can't I stop thinking about my dad?
Oh, cut. Are you looking at the fox again now? It's gone. Cut is gone. Mattress. Okay. So I suppose this is spring and the last one, this is fall and the last one was summer then? And spring was winter? Or, I don't know. Where are we even going? Cut, where are we going? Not sure what these are even good for. Are they just there for the sake of being there? Hmm? Did we do it? Did it howl, not make a sound? Hmm. Camping? So this is back at the crossroads then, I guess. Where we started, kind of.
My dad built a lot of stuff in his free time. If he wasn't watching fly fishing or reading Tom Clancy novels, he was carving something. He made tons of birdhouses. Not that he was into bird watching, but I think he really missed working and adding on to the home. If he couldn't afford the time to build onto our own house, he would have to settle with watching birds move into their little homes. We kept an old mattress in the bed of that ugly yellow truck, so we would drive it deep into the woods and then watch the birds fly into their houses while the sun set.
Oh,
Usually it
that's
was
the
accompanied
mattress.
by venison jerky or a cold Coke, but not a lot of talking, which is how we both liked it.
Is that another howling spot? Or digging? Where are we getting up there?
We were happiest underneath the evergreens. We decided it was time to finally map out the hundreds of acres we lived on just to pass the time during the summer. He was only free in the evenings, so I would spend the day wasting time on dial-up internet and sketching, and then we would rush into the woods, pen and map in hand, before evening fell. Sometimes, the aurora borealis would cast a cold green glow on the mountainside, and we would finish our route underneath a twilight sky. Sometimes I was lonely during those summer days, but there was comfort in the routine.
A lot of teenagers aren't looking for the daily grind, though. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get out, to leave your childhood home. You wanted to progress, to make something of yourself.
Yeah, you're right. That house. I'm sure it's the same as how I left it. But then why does it feel so different?
I doubt you're the only adult to have looked back and asked that question.
Why is this area so dark now? Is that because it's supposed to represent the house or something? Fox? What are you doing, Fox? Where are we? where are we going here? There it is. I'm not sure what this means with the ducking or something, whatever he's doing. Or she. It's a bit confusing.
Even at my most distant, at the times when I detested him the most, he kept reaching out. For a year straight, he asked me every week when we were going camping. I thought he was just dense. Eventually, to shut him up, I agreed. We carried out the worn lawn chairs from the garage and set up a cinder block campfire at the site we had always used behind the house. We walked down the mountain path, talking in the warm sunshine we only got a couple months of the year. Those 3 obsidian rocks shimmered alongside the shore, almost like sparklers pressed against a dark window. I'll never forget that wet stone on my feet, or how those massive mountains looked even bigger in the lake's reflection. I felt small, but grateful. As the sun set, my dad found something I hadn't seen for a long time. The tree where I'd made my first carving when I was 6. I hadn't even carved it. My dad had helped me, but I still called it my tree. Something about seeing my name there made me open up, and we talked about everything that night in that old camouflage tent. I told him how much I love sketching and design, and how it would be a dream to study architecture in Seattle. I told him how I didn't get along with my friends much anymore, but that I didn't mind being alone. He told me he was there for me, and he joked that if all he had to do was write my name on a tree to finally get me to talk, he would have left me carved logs with novels on them in front of my room every morning. I don't know why it took me that long to realize it, but it was then I knew how much he had sacrificed for me. The perpetrator stood nearby, unfazed, like nothing was wrong. My dad is dead, and he's never coming back, Rachel. I can tell you these stories, but I can never reminisce with him again. He can never hold a grandchild that we'll probably never be able to have. I can never talk to him again, and I'll never be able to say I'm sorry for everything.
But it said we had like 3 children, and there was only 2 of them. Or did I misunderstand? I need to go to bed. I just can't talk about this anymore. Good night. Good night, letters? What? But what even was the dark creature? Was that like a wolf, basically? But where are we now?
Joseph, you can't go to sleep feeling like this. I'm sorry for everything, and I know you need space, but I'm here for you. You don't need to feel so lost. Joseph, have I ever told you what my mother was like?
Aw.
You know what it's like not to have a mom at home. And you know how hard that made my childhood. What helped me was watching the birds in the morning before the school bus came. I thought that my mother was one of those birds, and it made me want to be free like her. My mom taught me how to fold origami cranes while she was in the hospital. So I told myself I would fold one every day until I could fly myself. I think
Where did
we
she
both
go?
have always loved animals, and for me that love started with a dog. Sometimes this Rottweiler would come up to our property line and wait at the fence for me, but only once in a while. I was sure to check every day immediately after school, and it usually ended in disappointment. I would even steal money from my passed-out dad just so I could buy these off-brand dog biscuits. Even when she did stop by, she never went beyond the fence. Why was she so scared? I think my dad was the opposite of your dad in almost every way, except he was in the military as well. He coped with alcohol of every kind. The trailer started falling apart, he got angry, and I withdrew. More and more I became the weird, quiet kid who made lots of origami birds and carried dog biscuits around. I think we were pretty similar when it came to being the weird kids. And that same sincerity in college was one of the reasons I was so drawn to you. Life got worse and worse, and at one point, I really didn't think I could survive another day with my soul still intact. I had no real friends, let alone neighbors, since we lived in the middle of nowhere. I should have talked to my teacher, but I was scared what he would do if he found out. As I waited for the school bus one morning, I walked around until I found something in an abandoned shed. Something I can't put into words. I summoned courage I didn't know I had, and I broke into my dad's room and found the key to the shed where he had locked my bike. I'll never forget that feeling. The wind rushing by my ears as the sun rose over fields of wheat. I was flying for the first time. I biked as far as my legs could take me until I found a house that felt friendly, and that felt like home. Those strangers helped me in so many ways. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have found my foster family. And if it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't have met you. You have strength, Joseph, and you're not as alone as you think.
Hi.
It's
Oh my
all
god,
just
you're
so
large.
Pointless. Just waiting for life to happen. It's like having the home I always wanted is cursed out of my reach. The thought of being a parent myself. How could I do that when I couldn't even be a good son?
Hi.
I'm sorry. I know what you're saying. I just don't know how things will work out. These quiet hours will turn into
Oh, you
years.
want to run?
No wonder which roads passed us by.
Then we'll forge a new road together. Besides, I discovered for myself that one fateful morning where any hopeful road leads to. There may be thorns and mist, but it always leads to the same thing.
And what's that?
Family.
I'm so glad that you're part of my family, Rachel.
And I'm glad you're part of mine.
Fox knew her last cub would be waiting for
ooh.
her at the first tree. She was almost there. The rain cascaded onto the Jade Valley where the entrance to the tree was. Life was protected there, because that's where life began. It was now only a mother and a daughter left. Items from my life still dotted the ground as she moved closer to her destination and destiny. At the end of high school, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Drive. I looked into the best architecture schools on the West Coast, then got a dose of reality when looking at other students' portfolios and the high cost of tuition. I still wanted to be something, to be the next Alvaro Siza, and to make those thousands of sketches worth something in my grand history. But now even an internship sounds impossible. Siza helped me understand how essential emotion is in architecture, and he also said light is the real composer of space. I like to think these glints of light, like not finding a job or even a strange dream about a fox, are something I should be thankful for, even if the illuminated space is something I'm less than comfortable with. My dad was super supportive with my college plans, to a point. Things were okay until this terrible accident happened. I guess a forklift flipped over due to a bad axle, and it crushed one of the workers there. My dad didn't eat for days, even though he wasn't directly involved. It devastated him. Not only did it hurt the business, but it just freaked him out. He would talk in his sleep, muttering things about firing people and saying sorry. One fateful day he approached me, said that since my school search wasn't going well, I should finally be a man and take over the family business. He said one day he was going to die, and that all of his work, sacrifice, and even that man's life would be wasted in vain. I just lost it. Teenage me just exploded at the thought. I screwed up. I said things I shouldn't have. He was having a crisis, and I pretty much spit in his face.
Oh, we can't go there. That's rude. Fine. Oh. Did the fox crash a little bit? Is there an ambulance? Oh, is that from the accident then? Oh, the forklift. Bad forklift. Not supposed to crush people. Hmm.
Was that the last time you talked to him?
No, I called on holidays, and he would call on my birthday. I guess we acted like nothing ever happened, which was stupid. Didn't want to ask about his lumberyard, and I'm sure he didn't want to ask about my job search. I never went back and visited. I think the last conversation we had was about what movies we had seen and what exactly a best boy is in the credits. I thought he would be here so much longer.
Oh. It's the wolf again.
In the distance, the first tree illuminated the wasteland. She couldn't go home anymore. She did the only thing she was capable of. Moving forward. My dad died alone in the middle of the wilderness. I should have been talking to him more. I should have done a lot of things differently.
If the first tree on Earth brought life with it, if it taught the birds to sing and fly and showed saplings how to grow, what could it do for us?
There was a letter I received yesterday from a name I didn't recognize, with a quote I can't stop thinking about. Death is not the opposite of life, but a part of it. More and more, I'm realizing one important truth. Each of us have our own journey to the first tree. But sometimes I'm not sure I'm ready to take that first step.
You already have my love.
First Tree awakens and gently asks if there is one last message the fox wants to tell her children. Flashback says, what does the fox say? But what does the fox say? Oh, and you get one character type for every star. So that's what the stars are for. Oh, she poofed.
I guess her journey was over. But I have no idea. It was only a dream. A distraction from tomorrow.
I don't think dreams normally bring back to memory so many important feelings. Maybe it was just a dream, but it was also a gift.
Yeah, I suppose. But tomorrow we're getting on a plane to the last place on Earth I want to be. The only person that would have made the trip worth it is gone.
You're going to see him and be with him one last time before you say goodbye. I have one last quote for you by Emerson, sealed in an imaginary letter from me to you. It is the secret of the world that all things subsist and do not die, but only retire a little from sight and afterward return again. Go to sleep, my love. We have a big day tomorrow, but I'll be there with you every step of the way.
Thank you. Thanks for listening. Good night, Rachel.
Good night, Joseph.
Oh, it's actually us? Oh. That's a very loud fridge. Wait a second. There's no kid in here. Something is wrong. Nice paint job. Fox. Not sure what this is. Oh, it's only midnight. Much fox. Mm-hmm. Give me a second. Is that better? You didn't miss much. Can't use the fridge. Can't use anything actually, except for some doors. Oh, I did not see those. What are you doing, cat? She's like, whoops. Do you see that? I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to for you to see that. I was just doing cut things here. Cut? Yeah, there you go. Hmm? What are you doing, cut? Hmm? Hmm. Hmm? Hmm? Every toy is her favorite toy, especially the ball toy. Cut. Oh, we can actually run. Actually, I have to fix the mouse again then. Can't go into here. Cat is like, are we in the forest? I don't understand. I don't understand. How are we in the forest suddenly? Cat? Things have to fold up, cut. Oh, the tent. Or is it a different one now? Oh, I can actually go in here. Why are we in a tent now? Hmm.
What the hell?
Mm-hmm. Is that supposed to be a white fox? Where are we going now? We're going to swim? No. Much dramatic. Kat can't watch either. It's too much for her. She's like, don't look, just don't look.
What is this?
Where did the fox go? That was the fox then? I would think so, that it's over. Oh, you liked Fox? Oh, there was a lot of names. Was it all siblings? Do you want to submit your statement to the first tree to an online moderated database? May appear randomly to other players. No, thank you. Hmm. Well, that was short and depressing. I'm not sure I get it with the yeah, well, let's do it again. Why do you want to do it again? We just did it. Well, I think the only thing we can do is actually look at the first thingy, because I think we actually missed that. The first thing where you can dig. The first shiny ray of light in the sky. Because I think I didn't know that you can dig on those on the first one. The colors are very nice and the music is very nice.
Are you awake? I thought I heard you get up.
Yeah, I'm awake. Sorry, I just can't sleep.
Are you
But
thinking about him?
what even was the first
Yeah,
one?
a bit. You should get back to sleep, my love. I'm fine.
No, it's okay. What else is on your mind?
I don't know. It seems weird, but I had one of the most vivid dreams of my life. I saw a fox on a snowy mountain, just looking confused and worried. Those eyes. I can't get those eyes out of my head. She was
So
running in the wind
better
and snow,
keep those eyes in your
looking for
head.
something.
It's
Do
where
you
they
think
belong.
it has to do with you and what's been going on?
I don't know. It was just a dream, Rachel. They're not meant to make
Nothing
sense.
to see here.
A lot's happened the past couple days, that's all.
Well, if you're not going to sleep anyway, you should tell me. I want to hear.
All right. She couldn't stay, though. She had to find her other 2 children. So she took that path. She followed it towards something ancient. Something with answers, high and low, searching for any sign of her cubs. Points of light showed the way to this ancient tree. It was as if each one had a story to tell, all their own. The land was trying to tell my story, too. I felt like I was right behind her the whole time.
That's something you could even play, Emma. Since it's just a walking simulator, basically. But I'm not sure what the first thing is that we actually missed. Was it right, this one? Probably right. Oh, this is not a thing. This is not a thing either. Oh. Did we go left at the start, Emma?
Usually those kids would leave me alone, but somehow they could tell I was different. They made fun of how far away I lived. They called my dad a sourdough. I was a blabbermouth as a kid, telling my dad stories I made up for hours. But after that show and tell, I didn't tell him much anymore. He didn't know exactly what was wrong, but his best guess was that the toys he carved weren't cool enough. He carved me a tank and tried to tell me what it was like to be in a real tank as a serviceman.
I didn't know your dad was in the military.
Yeah, in the army. The sad thing is that I've pretty much forgotten until just now. There's so much I still don't know about him.
I'm sorry. He knows how much you love him. You're going to see him again soon and have some closure, I'm sure.
Always vodka. But this was the only one we missed, right? You can't even go to the menu? You can just exit the game. Oh, exit game is the menu. Interesting. Oh, there's the small ones. Didn't see those before. Cat. Cat is sleeping. Think she didn't like the game. Think she got a bit bored maybe. But I didn't know it was gonna be so uplifting. It didn't look like that from the images. Cut. What do you have to say, Kat? Did you like it? Can you not decide? She's like, it was okay. It was okay. Could have been more animals. It was only a fox. I like the rabbits. Is there a rabbit? Cat? Rabbit? Cat can't sleep. There's birds. Just stomp. Just stomp, cat. Cat. Hmm? You tired, cat? Tired, right? Oh, you're so tired. You are tired, cat. Huh? Yeah. Yes, you're tired. Fine then. Hmm? Mm-hmm. Godnatt, cat. Say godnatt, cat. Godnatt, cat. Natty catty. Hmm? Natty catty. Godnatt. There you go.